Eric Burgess here with Music Marketing TV. Today we're going to be doing some filter sound design with the Pro Q3 and a little bit with the Pro R. In particular, we're going to be making some filtered rhythms using the mid-side abilities of the Pro Q3. So I have these chords here. They're just a super saw with a bit of unison on them, and they sound like this. These are the chords at the top if you're interested to know what they are. Very bare bones for the moment. There is a little bit of reverb on it as well. I should mention that. So we're going to start here from scratch because I want to make the rhythmic part of the sound come from the Pro Q3. There is going to be a little bit of filter automation I'm going to do right at the beginning. So I'm going to go ahead and automate this real quick and just have it sort of start off closed and then open up over time. This is a move I will probably adjust later if I find a cool area that I think sounds better filtered. We'll do that. But let's go ahead. First, we're going to add on the Pro R. And we are going to bring the mix down to, we'll keep it reasonably high, like 40%. It's pretty high. Bring the decay down a bit and move it a bit further away. We'll also bypass the EQ here. And we'll go for a more chorusy verb. And the reason I'm doing this, we'll bring the width like way up too, is because I want there to be a little bit more side content for me to mess with. Because by default, right, all these saw waves are going to be mono. I already have some verb and I'm adding a little bit more here. Quite a hefty amount actually, but it'll work out. So let's go ahead. Let's grab the Pro Q3. And that's the one I did not put a dash in the name. I should probably update that so that I can search it a little easier. We're going to add a filter here. We are going to make it a low pass filter. And we are going to change it to, I don't know, 18 dB per octave is fine. We might choose something different down the line. And what we're going to do is we're going to automate this curve. But before we do so, if you click down here on this little arrow, you can go to stereo placement. Let's do side first. So this is only going to filter out the side information, which is going to be mostly reverb. Right? It's going to be all reverb and a little bit of the unison stuff that pushes the voices off to the side, which will still be mainly mono. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's go ahead, let's move this and automate it. Okay, so we got our automation here. We got our movement. Let's just start off at the bottom and just hear it sort of come up. That's already pretty cool. So what I'm thinking is we're gonna use a bit of an advanced automation technique here, where instead of dealing with making things smaller and getting bigger over time, I'm going to make it all just big, and then I'm gonna scale the automation scaling. You'll see. So I'm thinking right here, I want a rhythm that's consistent through it. So let's do, I'm thinking of sort of like quarter note triplet kind of deals, something close to that. So maybe I'll move this one off here. And then one here. And then I don't know if I want to continue with that. Maybe I'll have a slightly different shape here. And then we'll have another shape like that here. And this could be the shape of each measure. That's sort of my idea here. Let's give this a go. So this is going to move automatically, and this is going to just control the verb. That's pretty nice, actually. I like that. So something you can do now is you can hit Control G and merge the automation into a brand new complete clip. I freaking love that capability. So if I want to mess with any one thing, it's very easy to do so now. And I don't want the macro behavior of changing one and they all change. So, okay, we've got our first one set up. Let's add another band. We're just going to click drag. We are going to make this one also a low pass. And it's going to complement what we've already got going on here. I'm going to make this one a little bit more broad, 6 dB. We might make it sharper later. And the stereo placement will be mid. So this is going to grab the stuff that's in the mid channel, i.e. the mono stuff, and change it. So I'm going to be a little less heavy-handed with this one. So let's go ahead, let's move this and automate it. And let's just hear this rise while this moves around. This could be kind of an interesting thing. That's already a pretty cool effect. What I'm going to do here, though, is I'm going to do a similar motion. And so, in fact, I could link them both to the same one. No, I'm not going to do that. There's a reason why. But let's just really quick manufacture something that looks similar. We're going to have the same rhythm. I don't want to introduce like a whole new rhythm. That might be like a little bit much. We'll have it come down and off. And the last one will be this sort of skip thing that we have here. And we'll chop the rest off for the time being. I'm leaving a space for an additional automation for the automation. We're going to automate our automation. You'll see what I mean here in a second. We're going to go ahead and group that. So right now they match mostly. I mean, there's small differences. But what I'm thinking here is maybe I have this one be a little looser. This one be a little looser. We'll just introduce some small things here and there just to give it a little more, you know, that nuancy variation. This is going to have a rhythmic impact in some cases. So if something sounds too extreme, you could try changing that, but it might be kind of cool to have that. Maybe you bring this down, like, I don't know. This down, maybe bring this one up. It'll be a little more forward. This one will lag a little bit and hang a little longer. Let's just hear that. That's very nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do at this point is I want to see what this would sound like with an even lower filter cutoff to start versus a higher one. Let's go to really low. Ooh, I really like that. Okay, we're going with the low one. That one wins. So the last bit here I'm going to do, oh my word, this must be new. This is really cool. This menu's new. I've never seen this menu. The only thing that I want to touch here is the min max. So I want to have the max start off low. So you see like max percentage is 0, and then it will open up over time, allowing the Pro Q3s to open up because it's basically like as if I drew this small and then I drew it bigger. It's much easier to just draw a line for this. So for example, if I have this down, and let me grab the Pro Q3 so you can see it. So we're automating our automation clip, and this is what it would, you know, sound like. Oh, this is the reverb. What am I doing here? Grab the Pro Q3, which is a smidge big. We'll go for the mini just so we can see it. See how it's growing? That's pretty cool to have one vary. So this is something we can do here. This is why I wanted them to be separate. We could get that variation. We could also do this, man. This is so dope. I got to look more into this. I had no idea this even existed now. So we're going to do, again, we're going to automate our max. Have it start low. And we'll have this one bend up a little quicker. And this one we'll have bend down. So the verb will come up at the end. This would be like kind of subtle. Maybe we'll have these both actually come up faster, and I'll have the verb come up quicker than the mono. So it'll have like this, it'll come in from the sides, and then the mid will come forward. That's the idea. And then we add a kick, we could get a melody going. In this case, I'd probably continue to build on the chords, because I think these are really cool chords, and there's some really neat voicing options that are available. But that is it. So pretty fast way and a very cool result to get with the Pro Q3. Something you might try out on your next big epic super saw chord progression. If you have any questions about this, feel free to let me know. Subscribe and hit that bell icon for future videos, and have a blessed day.